Okay, we're in the game. We're getting a lot of traffic coming through, though. Do you reckon we can go with that traffic noise?
I'll shut the door.
Shut the door, do you reckon? Alright, let's do that.
Quite nervous to shut the door in this place, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's very... I'm just going to leave it unlatched.
Leave it on the latch. Yeah, I should probably get you to sign this non-disclosure agreement as well.
Georgia, just stay on the phone. I've just dropped the pin, so the world knows where I am. Yeah.
Alright.
Although I really don't know where I am.
Literally.
There's a lot to take in the Miley Cyrus Lounge.
I don't want to get to the point where it's like I could have made this better. Do you want to maybe listen in your headphones to see if it's coming through yours alright? It's possible that it's just using this one microphone and yours as a prop.
Yeah. Well, hang on. No, it sounds alright here. I think mine sounds better than yours.
You reckon?
What do you say? What do you think?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's better, isn't it? That's more voiceover now.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's just my voice adjusting. Been in the game a while now.
Yeah. Are you ready to start? Or have we started? That's the question I always come across.
Starting would require prior knowledge as to what I'm doing.
Yeah, we're just going to have a coffee break.
Yep.
And then we'll get started.
What goes with the Miley theme? It's all Miley. There's nothing else to go with it. Miley doesn't go with anything because it's all Miley. It's like wine goes well with steak. But this is all steak.
Yeah.
Or it's all wine. It doesn't go with anything.
Oh, really?
It's everything.
But it's everything, but it goes with everything.
There's no room for anything else. I'm sure you got more walls and you'll find space. It just reminds me of the phase I went through. I was probably 14. It was all John Bon Jovi. At least you can masturbate over these walls, I suppose.
No, that's true. That's true. Did you have a whack-off wall? Is that when you were in your teenage years?
No, I didn't. It was all John Bon Jovi. So.
All John Bon Jovi?
Yeah.
So you had your first wank to John Bon Jovi?
No, I'm pretty happy to say I didn't. I'm still looking at the wall.
We're still overwhelmed by the Miley. We've got Darren Hilsley is here. Is the guest of the Attitude Consultant. Thanks for coming down to the Miley Lounge.
Yeah, well, it was it wasn't planned.
You came from Melbourne just to check on me and make sure I'm doing my fucking job, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
and a good job you're doing.
Did I do a good job last night?
You did a great job.
Yeah, with the he came down to see an Attitude Consultant seminar and take some notes, basically.
No notes to show. No notes is a good show.
Yeah. Well, what about the business model? How do you think that's going?
With the
bingo.
With the Bogan Bingo.
Yeah.
Business model's going well. Yeah, refined and worked on, but kind of stuck by the whole time. It's a strange beast, the old Bogan Bingo business model.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have any license holders or franchisees or, it's been about 10 years of gentlemen's handshakes, really.
Yeah.
A lot of trust and blind faith and all that sort of stuff.
And it's really fucked up for you, hasn't it? The gentleman's handshake hasn't really been working.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say it's fucked up.
Yeah.
No one's done too many shows behind my back, I don't think.
Oh, that's good.
It's been a good...
Just let you know I haven't. I've been totally upfront.
I don't know what you're trying to tell me there.
Yeah. And Seb's a good man. I've never gone over his head either, so he's a good bloke.
No, he said he's been approached. He's been approached by people saying, why don't you just do this, on your own.
Yeah.
But that puts pressure on me, create a business model where you'd be mad if you did.
Yeah, that's true.
Why would you? Why would you risk a free business that I've given you? Yeah. Well, I mean, every inquiry that comes through to us, it's like 1 out of 10 will mention, where they've seen it, where they've heard it.
Yeah.
I don't think a week or a month goes by, maybe say every 3 weeks, somebody will be like, is this you guys? They'll take a photo of a poster or something they've seen, and I'll just go, nope. And, you got to chase it up and let some poor woman know who's trying to raise money for a kid with cancer not to do a Bogan Bingo night. It's a bit of a sensitive topic sometimes.
Yeah. That was my first gig, was a cancer fundraiser. And the guy opened up with a really dark speech, and it was just like, fuck cancer. And ladies and gentlemen, now Bogan Bingo. Yeah, that's it. Quick, make them laugh.
Oh,
that was my first one, so yeah, it was really nerve-wracking.
Oh, well. It was a good introduction.
But that's what I find for me so fulfilling about Bogan Bingo is it really is making people's week, some people's fucking year. Especially when you go into regional towns and stuff when they're going through tough times. It's like we can just have a laugh and fucking enjoy ourselves, and they do.
Yeah.
And it's such a fun product as well.
Yeah. It's probably in the last 2 years, you know, the amount of material we could use, we're like, oh, no, it's Donald Trump, let's do a joke about him. And then, you know, there's Barnaby Joyce, let's do a joke about him. And it's so much political fodder out there. We really had to resist the temptation to keep the material topical.
Yeah.
Because we found that people just wanted to escape from all that shit and just come to a night and lose themselves in the 70s and 80s and having us try and be funny by 44, the year Donald Trump was born, and blah blah blah,
yeah.
and play, you know, The End of the World as We Know by R.E.M. It was like, it was good in theory, but after a while, we had about 2 or 3 political gags in there. And like, just get rid of it. No one wants to hear about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Hear about it all day on their phones and stuff.
On fucking Facebook, wherever that shit.
We realised what we were doing was creating a place for people to escape. You know?
Yeah.
And so you just got to run with that.
Yeah, and nostalgia are a big part of it as well.
Yeah, well, that's what you escape to, nostalgia.
Yeah, and not much Miley Cyrus gags.
No, not enough. Or
not
all. No.
Not at all. I haven't really come across a Miley Cyrus gag.
She's held her own. She hasn't...
no excuses, mate. What about 2013? That was a big fucking year.
Yeah.
And, you know, Bogan Bingo 2013 was at his apex.
Pinnacle.
Pinnacle point.
And
no Miley Cyrus gags come through?
Nothing.
Nothing through the committee? Punching up's a big thing recently. Do you think any of what we're doing at Bogan Bingo is punching down? And are we doing it in a clever way that we can get away with it? Because if we are saying that we're the lowest common denominator, the only way that you can punch is up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There is no punching down.
No, true. If there are downfalls of their own volition,
yep.
Then it's open slather, and that goes with a lot of comments. So as long as that person had a choice in the decisions they make, yeah, they're open target. The first sort of marketing strategy I stumbled across was the art of under-promising and over-delivering. So,
for sure.
So I think is what you're sort of touching on there.
Yeah.
So we realised that pretty often people were coming along for a bingo night because it was just Tuesday, Wednesday night at the pub. Why not? And it's just that trivia mentality where you're not expecting to go to, you know, the Royal Gala comedy performance. You're actually just going to get out of the house.
Yeah.
So that's expectations were pretty low, and we introduced a bit of comedy into it. And they were just going away going, that's the funniest night I've ever been to in my life, you know. I think there's probably been funnier, but their expectations on those nights were pretty high as well. And you pay for it. You paid $30-40 to go to watch a comedian, and they could be the best comedian going around, but there's still that mindset is like, make me laugh. I'm paying money. And for us, it was like $5 to play, went to charity, and they had a pisser of a night. And that's what they go away talking about.
Excuse me.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of taking comedy to places that aren't expecting comedy. And that kind of almost birthed Bogan Bingo, didn't it? That was the founding point.
Well, it was the machine. Yeah, Bogan Bingo was built on the art of under-promising and over-delivering.
Yeah, if you could think of a quote that would describe Bogan Bingo, what would that quote be?
Yes, we probably will.
We'll give it a go. We might fuck up,
yes,
but we'll have a go, mate.
Yes, we might.
Can I hear it? Yes, we might.
Yeah, that'd be good. Or, yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah. Or yeah, nah. So, if those of you out there aren't familiar, check out Bogan Bingo at boganbingo.com.
Please do.
Yeah, and available for fundraisers.
Yeah, we're fundraisers, work functions, heads parties.
Yep.
Do a few festivals. I think we've been finally booked. This is our Bogan Bingo's AFL Grand Final moment, or Wembley Stadium moment, where we're doing this year for the first time the Denny Ute Muster. That's like Bogan Mecca, 100,000 people there. Not sure if we're on the main stage, but we're going to do 2 shows here at the Denny Ute Muster. So yeah, there's no end in sight. I remember a few years into the the company, there's a few people that would go, oh yeah, it's got a bit of a life shelf, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, what are you going to do after this? And I was like, fuck yeah. This has got legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like any business though, like you got to cut through that sort of 3 to 4 year benchmark where the novelty wears off, your passion wears off, and you really got to sort of dig deep again, reinvent the wheel a little bit.
They say that.
They do.
A lot of businesses don't do that, and they crash and burn.
Yeah.
But you want to keep that momentum going.
So when it comes to reinventing the wheel, a lot of people will just go, all right, we need to change, and they change the business, but you got to reinvent the wheel within to not get too wanky. And if you're the machine, like whether you're Richard Branson or bloody, Joe Bloggs that runs his own bakery, you got to reinvent your reason and your passion why you're doing it.
Oh, for sure.
And if you can't come up with a reason after every probably 3 to 4 years, then just get out, sell it, and that's all right as well.
Have you ever had a business before where it's just like, I hate this now. This just became a fucking job. And it started off as a dream, and it started off free and fun.
Yeah, well, there's elements of that, and there's elements of the job. But this is the only business I've had. So.
Yeah. Big question that I get asked regularly is, how did you come up with the idea?
Well, I was working in, not my own bar, but I was the manager of my own bar at a backpackers hotel in Cairns.
Yeah.
And we had to just try and get entertainment in every night, basically just to keep everyone there. That was my job, to keep bloody backpackers from actually going out and experiencing the town. So it was just a quick education in how to get people drunk every night, how to keep them there. So that sort of got the other half of my brain, the marketing side of things going. So we got rid of the trivia night, had karaoke night, all that sort of stuff. Had cane toad racing and different stuff. And then shifted down to Melbourne, got another job at a hostel there. And I think I had enough after 4 years of English backpackers and being a glorified babysitter. I pulled the pin and went out to a friend. I think it's still going. The old Engadine Hotel. They were having a bingo night, drag queen bingo. Went and saw that.
Okay.
They had a couple of gags, a couple of laughs.
So drag queen bingo became before Bogan Bingo.
Yeah. Well, drag queen bingo's been around forever.
Okay.
It's just such a cliche or a niche sort of market, a niche sort of humour.
Yeah.
Where everyone's just shits and giggles, and they sort of did nothing with it, So I sort
They're still doing it.
They're still doing it, yeah. They actually now do make a little bit more money off on the side, like doing their own corporate shows and stuff like that. It's the industry's. I think Bogan Bingo's opened up the industry for that a little bit. Yeah. It used to be quite sort of underground almost. Cult status, that sort of stuff. So I come along and sort of started with disco bingo, but then. Thank you.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And then came along with Bogan Bingo. We're just throwing different themes around.
Yeah.
And then just the material just exploded. We were just able to do so much more with it.
Yeah.
So that's what we did, man. Commercialised it. Yeah, gave it to the world. I've just been in touch with Marcus, one of my original...
What year was this? Sorry, mate.
2005.
2005, okay.
Yeah.
That's going back a fair bit.
I know. I think so. Yeah, 13 years.
2005, that was a great year.
Who won the flag, 2005?
Oh, mate, I couldn't fucking remember that. Don't ask me about footy.
Melbourne Cup. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm horrible with memory. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Is it your phone?
Yeah, it's my alarm clock, mate. Fucking hell, there's distractions everywhere. And we're talking... Yeah, that's
I'll
it.
let the listeners get an image about how he takes his meds.
Must be injected anally.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Alright.
We'll just say that was probably you were allowed to wake up. You were up pretty late last night, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't know how long your fucking brunch will be, mate.
Yeah, I know.
But no, it was good.
Yeah, sweet. No, you did a good show last night, mate. You didn't do though. We can have our debrief now. So we'll take in some notes.
Yeah. Okay.
You didn't do the Steve Irwin joke. You didn't do the Jesus.
You know why that I didn't? I watched this documentary with Bob Irwin, and I fucking felt sorry for the guy.
You've changed.
And I'm just like, no, man, I can't do that gag anymore.
Oh no! You don't drop it. You come to me and get counselling. It's an interesting, polarising joke because I try and train. Sorry,
can you explain the joke? first to the listeners.
The classic formula of Bogan Bingo comedy is to come up with a number.
Yep.
Attribute that number to dedicate it to somebody or reference it to some part of Australia's culture. And then, even better, if we can find a song from the 80s, 70s or 80s that doesn't actually have anything to do with that, but when you play it, changes the context.
Yeah.
That's a winner. That's one of our, that's the winning formula. So that's our holy grail when it comes to formulas for material. So, 44 is the age Steve Irwin was when he passed away.
Yep.
And so we talk him up. We get everyone to say cheers, okay? Because that's all they think it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then the DJ played.
Yeah, that's right.
And everyone goes, oh. And that's the line. That is the line. That's where we want to go, geez, we just get away with that. And if you want to analyse it a little bit, I'm always telling my staff, you can't take the piss out of people that didn't have a choice in their circumstances. Oscar Pistorius was a good example where there was a few jokes going around that you're like, oh, this chick got shot in the fucking toilet. You can't just, no, don't even bring that to the table, please. Yeah. But with Steve Irwin, it's a real polarising topic where, okay, he got killed, but it was his choice to actually continually put himself in that position. Yeah, okay. So it's a real fine line. There's two sides to that.
What about that Brocky gag where he'd go, oh, give it up for Brocky, and everyone would cheer, and he goes, shame he turned out to be a tree hugger in the end. And that started getting boos.
Oh, really?
I cut that because people started booing it.
Well, that's all in the delivery.
Okay. So you think I delivered it wrong?
Hey?
Do you think I delivered it wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. No, this is good. This is good feedback.
Good feedback.
Yeah.
This should be my podcast. Interviewing all my performers about the day after. The debrief.
No, this is all good. I put all this sort of shit in there.
I like it. This is going to be a spin-off.
Yeah, mate.
I'm going to be like Mork from Happy Days.
You reckon?
I'm going to have my own podcast after this.
Absolutely, mate. I think that's a fantastic idea. You should totally do that.
Yeah.
Get it happening.
All right.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Thank you. I will.
I want 5%.
the money's tree just grows another branch. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
But I always do wonder what the Irwin family would think of that. Like, would they just go, really? But yeah, we always just, it's like you are to that crowd. Like, fair enough, you got booed, you paid attention to that.
Yeah.
But it's, I train a lot of people to like, just don't fucking let it land so hard. Just sometimes we get people, because for us it's only about 5 or 6 people that were Brocky fans in any crowd, so I just get them to own it and put
Dude, it was the fucking Adelaide 500. How the fuck am I going to do it around that time?
Well, don't do it around then.
Well, yeah.
You're going to have a riot on your hands.
Absolutely, mate. I'm not that fucking brave.
But you can get the DJ to say, oh, I liked him before he was a tree hugger, and you're still looking good, and you're just...
Hey, great point. Yeah. Great point. That is a good role for a sidekick.
But then I get...
To cop the punch.
And you can just say, you point to somebody else in the crowd and go, oh, you're a Dick Johnson fan, weren't you? And I just go, yeah, because you're just telling them, and they just as the music comes up, they just go, he loves the dick. and you just get in and get out. That's a joke where you go.
Get in, get out's good. My favourite jokes are the ones you deliver when you've got your back turned to them. When you deliver the punchline.
Yeah.
So fucking arrogant.
You walk away.
You walk away and then deliver the punchline. Yeah.
You walk out to a lady in the crowd and just go, oh, we do hens nights all the time. And, and as you're walking away, you just go, oh, I've done 3 of yours. It's a bit arrogant to have you back to him, but with your character, I can see how that.
Yeah, you can see that.
Away with it. I like dropping the term sugar tits when I'm talking to a female member of the crowd.
Okay.
And
how does that go down for you?
It's all in the delivery, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And after 1,000 shows, you get really good at reading crowds and people, and the people that are just showing up in the night, just wanting to get amongst it. They've had a few beers and they're on the front foot about trying to be funny themselves, and so I can just put my arm around a girl and go, all right, sugar tits, what's your name? Where are you from? And everyone's like, did he just call her sugar tits? And they're just like laughing at So I told a couple of my teams, and they all fucking thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And so I go along. This is a show in Cairns, and I went up, and my mate Paul was hosting, and so he just can't wait to use it. It's in the barrel, and so he's like, go straight up to a woman and go, "G'day, lady. What's your name? Sugar Tits?" And I just go, "Oh, dude, you just." He was a bit too anxious. He was a bit too enthusiastic to use it. Yeah, I forget. There's 2,000 shows of skills there. You can't really transfer that easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an art form. Whatever it is, it's an art form.
Time and a place.
Yeah. So the Jesus joke, you didn't do that?
No.
How come?
Which part was that though? I've forgotten that one.
Jeez, really?
Now tell me that, was it something about Jesus having a mullet?
Yeah.
And he was a carpenter?
Yeah.
And, see, I haven't
Never met his dad.
Never met his dad.
Born in a shed. Wore thongs to work every day.
Yeah, of course he did.
Got stoned going to work every day.
Got stoned going to work. That's a good get. Yeah, this is good shit.
Hammered every Easter.
I reckon
Why don't you do it? Yeah?
I reckon you sent an email and I read it and I was supposed to rehearse it. And I never got into the Jesus. I'm sorry about that, mate.
Yeah, well, that's
good. But I can bring it in.
And then you can just say...
Because that's all good shit.
Great shit.
Yeah.
And then you can just say, you know...
I'll learn this now that now that I'm editing the podcast. It'll be going through my head
a million times. It's like a masterclass now.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
But then you finish off with saying, you know...
This is training, ladies and gentlemen. We're going... Darren Hilsley's giving me some Bogan Bingo training.
Yeah. But you normally just finish off with saying, you know, how you turn water into wine. And then you turn to your DJ and say you can turn Panadol into speed.
That's a gold line, mate.
I write a book about it.
I like that.
I'm writing a book about it.
Yeah.
But there's a few other jokes. But people get trained on that joke because we do a lot of work functions, corporate work.
And where do you bring in that joke? Was it regarding the mullet?
No, 33.
33, Bon Scott, of course.
Same age.
Oh, that actually would build that Bon Scott gag up really well.
Yeah.
With that.
I've only been doing it for 10 fucking years.
Oh, fucking hell, mate. I've never seen a Melbourne show, though.
I've got to fly in with the chopper. I'll pick you up.
Big chop. Actually, the first time I saw Bogan Bingo advertised in the Fringe, I thought it was... who does that chopper impersonation?
Heath Franklin.
Yeah, I thought it was Heath Franklin.
Oh, right.
The Bogan Bingo.
Chopper Bingo. Yeah,
because he was doing the chopper bingo around the same time.
Yeah.
So I got him mixed up.
He did, actually. Yeah. It happened pretty much the same time. The old Ronnie, if you Google the old Ronnie Johns half-hour show.
Yeah, that's right.
When that went to air, I reckon, at a guess, you'd be looking at 2005, 2006, around about the same time.
Yep.
Chopper started doing his bingo. Yeah, I can imagine how people would have assumed.
Yeah, well, I was one of those people, mate. I made that. I'm
sure there's two others out there with the same limited thinking capacity. Anyway, what can you do?
So this is kind of good discussion. Was it this good at the summit, or was that really fucking painful?
Day one was painful.
Yeah.
For the listeners out there, we had a Bogan Bingo Summit for the first time this year. Yeah, had to level up. That's what they call it in the corporate world. Had to level up. So introduce some licenses.
Had to 10x it, mate.
It was the G8. So day one was getting through all the boring shit, and day two was quite funny. Yeah, rehearsing the opening song. We had a few different versions, and then we just launched into the show.
Nice.
Yeah, just real life simulation. We got into it and just went through the entire show. All got together on the same format, same material. And that way, you know, if anyone wants to go out there and do any sort of racist shit and something I'm going to get sued for, I just need a document saying, I didn't tell them to do that.
Oh, wow. It got that serious, did it? That's why it was a painful day.
Yeah. Sydney show last week.
Right.
Someone's just gone live, Bogan Bingo tag, and just gone, do they just slut shame a handicapped person? And
oh, wow. Okay.
I got a text.
Did you?
Well, you don't know, right?
Yeah, okay.
And you don't even know if it was a Bogan Bingo show. There's a few pirate ones out there.
That's the main reason. You want to protect your brand, so you don't want all this fucking fake shit going out there around there.
Like just pretending to be funny and dropping the C-bomb and F-bomb every second number.
Yeah.
You've got to protect it. So there's been a few incidents protecting the brand. You get that stuff when you're at a dinner party and it's 1 a.m. and I'm like, shit, you know, you got to deal with it.
Yeah.
So you got to have a strategy. You got to have plans on how to, you know, that's a bit of a spot fire emergency you've got to put out. Just apologise, kept it transparent, kept it public. So you know, I don't want to be those dodgy ones that delete comments as soon as they
Yeah, for sure. Because people screenshot pretty fucking quickly.
Yeah, totes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just like, that's not what we stand for. We'll follow that up. But she never replied. Never got back in touch with us. So you can say, she was just drunk and whingy and had a shit night herself. I've got no idea. But in fact, she's sitting on a table with 10 people. So you don't, send a text like that and keep it to yourself. You're normally talking about it. So
yeah, that's true.
It does a bit of damage. The old word of mouth. So.
But some brands play on that. Like, what's that new motor fucking Charlie Sheen's?
Oh yeah, there's a car insurance one, isn't it?
It's not a car insurance.
Is that where the car goes into the water? Yeah.
Charlie Sheen. I'm just googling it.
Just get the producer onto it.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I should ask Siri. Fuck this iPhone's fucked, mate.
That's not nice.
I'm sorry, darling. Hey Siri, what was the car commercial Charlie Sheen's in?
Okay, I found this on the web for what was the car commercial Charlie Sheen's in.
Okay. Oh, Ultra Tune. Thanks, Siri.
Give it up for our producer and Siri, everybody.
Oh, give it up for our producer, Siri.
She works hard.
She's a hard worker, mate. Let's maybe take a break because it's got a little bit heavy. I'm just gonna top our beer up.
Yeah.
And we're back to the second round. Don't worry, it's all over the shop, so I'm going to edit it.
Yeah, do you have like intro, outro music or
all that shit,
production
mate.
stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I put all success music over the top of it. I make it all inspirational, like 1980s kind of success music.
Oh yeah, Tony Robbins
style, yeah.
Wow.
But mate, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Doing this podcast.
How many people have you interviewed?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last one was Cam Knight.
Yeah.
He was brought up in Cummins. Sorry, mate, that's yours. Interviewed my dad. Got him to say that he was proud of me. That was pretty funny.
Did you have to push hard?
No.
I brought you here today.
He actually sounded genuine. It's pretty funny. We'd had a couple of wines.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the vinos, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not drunk.
It's got nothing to do with how proud I am of him.
He's like, you're not funny, son.
Oh, straight down.
No.
We sounded pretty proud of you last night.
Oh, thanks, mate. He's a good bloke.
Yeah. And he wasn't drunk either.
No, he wasn't drunk.
No.
He was very well behaved. Yeah, he was on his best behaviour. Fortunately, I wasn't.
No.
I was on stage in a mullet wig.
What degree of separation is your stage character from your sober self?
Wow, that's a really good question. It is definitely escalated.
Magnified.
Yeah.
Yeah, I magnify it by about 3 beers. Not by actually having 3 beers, but I'm like a third beer in version of myself.
Third beer version of yourself. Okay, that's good. That's a good way of approaching it.
I have a theory about that. With 2 beers, like you have 2 pints.
Yeah.
And if the world did half the shit they said they were going to do after 2 pints, then the world would be a lot better place. It's because you get a lot of creativity and stuff after 2 beers.
Yeah.
Not from what is in the beer, it's just from the numbing of the voice that the beer does for you after 2 beers, and then you're like, oh, fucking, what about this? What about that? Your mate will be there, yeah, fucking should do that, eh? And then you have 6 beers after that, it's fucking gone.
Yeah.
Life goes back to normal the next day pretty quickly. So you got to just write down whatever you're doing after 2 pints, and then go home. That's the hardest bit to do, though.
Yeah, writing it down used to be a lot harder than what it is now. We've got text editor, it's fucking amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just up. And it's sent.
Yeah.
Leave an email or copy back to yourself.
Good, should. Yeah.
People need to set up your iCloud as well, so even just $1.99 a month.
Yeah.
And you're getting all this cloud. Why the fuck wouldn't you pay $1 a month for that? And people are fucfucking stupid. They're just like having to delete all this shit on their phone.
Well, especially when apps come out, people are like, free app.
Yeah.
Oh, $1.99, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
6 coffees, thanks.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
$1.99.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
$1.69 for a song. Well, I'm not going to. not paying that. You get it for free on Spotify.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta pay $1.69. Yeah, how much what was your first CD you ever bought?
Never mind.
How much was it?
Oh, good question. I reckon I would have paid about $30.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't it?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your first CD you bought?
I had this conversation the other day. My first CD was John Bon Jovi Young Guns 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
Killer album. First cassette, Slippery When Wet.
Oh, nice.
And first LP, first vinyl,
Yeah.
Bon Jovi New Jersey. And went and seen my first concert was the tour supporting that album. So, yeah, that was me.
You're a huge Bon Jovi fan.
Year 8, or probably, grade 4 to year 8.
Yeah.
Pretty big, yeah.
Nice. I will have a cassette for you to take home as well with the first 90 minutes of this podcast.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so that's yours as a gift, mate, for coming down. I've also got a 3.5-inch floppy disk
Yeah, great.
for you. Yeah,
So
that's
what do you
got
call
1.5 promo pictures of me on it.
Wow.
On that floppy disk, if you can find yourself a floppy reader.
Oh, yeah, I can see it there.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
mate.
it is. That's done on the old Mac Classic 2.
Wow.
The old Macintosh Classic 2.
Where do you get all this shit? eBay, obviously.
Yeah, eBay, mate. I got addicted to eBay in hospital. I just bought all this sort of random shit. We were talking about vinyl before, so I was able to relive all the stuff.
Cheesy,
All
you got
that
box
early-
of cheesy poofs.
Yeah, those cheesy poofs there were originals from 1999,
Yeah.
and it was just after that whole Duff shit went down when people were.
Someone bought out Duff beer, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, well, that Duff beer's worth a bit, and that cheesy poofs, they don't have the license to do that. That'll be fucked. So I bought 2, and I ate 1 packet, and that one's moved 10 houses.
Really?
Yeah, and someone put a bid for $2,000 for
What?
it. They're not going to get it.
Good.
But apparently that's the value that they've given it a price point of $2,000.
God.
But
They're just the type of human being that I just would not want to give the money to.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm not going to give you $2,000. I don't think I would take
I mean,
immediate dislike to the person that wants to buy a packet of cheesy poos for $2,000.
Did you want to buy those?
No.
Did you just say you wanted to buy them
No,
for
I don't
$2,000?
want to buy them. I don't like the person that would want to buy them.
Oh, right, okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm just asking. Okay.
No.
Sorry, all I heard was cheesy poofs $2,000. Buy.
Well, I think the people that want to spend $2,000 on cheesy poofs have more time than money.
Yeah, that's true.
And do not want to enable their situation at all.
Like if you manage to
they
have
just
the story.
want significance.
Yeah.
This is a talking point. You've got a $2,000 box of cheesy poofs.
Yeah, that's right.
That gives you some sort of significance.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of the basic human needs.
That's way more value to me than fucking $2,000 cash.
Yeah.
You know, if someone offered me $2,000 cash, I'd say fuck off. No.
Yeah.
No way, man. That's worth way more than that.
I bought a.
You know what I mean?
I'm a bit of a Collingwood fan.
Yeah.
Like footy.
Yeah.
And we were at a fundraiser, and it was fancy dress, and this guy's come down from Sydney, and he's wearing a 1981 hard yakka woolen Collingwood jumper.
Yeah.
And I'm like, mate, where did you get that? And he's like, I just got to the op shop today. I had to go buy something. And I said, how much? He goes, $5. He paid for it. I'm like, I'll give you 20. And he's like, yeah, all right. So we swapped jumpers, and it fits me like a glove. It's wool, it's warm, it's beautiful. And it's got some guy's number on it that was like not even famous, so I reckon it was the original player. Yeah. And everyone just comments on how awesome it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty good nick. And I went up to Collingwood Sydney prelim a couple of years ago, and the 2 head Bogan bloody Collingwood supporters, head of the cheer squads, the ferals that get on the TV all the time, they see it and they're just like, I'll give you $200 for it, mate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's not for sale.
Yeah.
No cash, sorry.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably be pissed, but they would see me out of the bar afterwards, because up in Sydney everyone goes back to the same bar, and he's like, I'll give you $300. I'm like, no mate, not for sale, not for sale. And he's getting shitty, right?
Yeah.
And he gets up to $500. And he's just looking at me through the crowd with like 5 fingers, just going by, bidding war with himself. And I'm just like, no mate, And I just can't work it out. Like, at least come over and shake my hand as a fan to say, well done, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it either.
Yeah.
But he got shitty at me anyway for not fucking...
Oh, mate.
For not caving. So...
He was offended.
He was offended. Instead, he should have been patting me on the bloody back for not...
I'll
put a price on the jumper.
That would be the right thing to do, wouldn't it?
That would be the right thing to do, but yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah. What's the biggest moment in your life where you're like, I totally fucking hoodwinked that bloke?
Well, good question.
Yeah.
I don't think I have. Straight up.
You've always been the one getting fucked.
That may be, yeah. Yeah, we talked about body corporate before. I think I got fucked with this house I bought in Queensland. But,
right.
Yeah, we'll all have our go. But I'm pretty used to being on the other side with the odd scam when I was younger. So yeah, I fucked my share if that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
But only good ways, fun ways.
Yeah. All right.
We used to have cane toad races up in Cairns at the hostel that I was running.
Okay. Yeah, this is good.
And so every week, I have fear of cane toads. I hate them, and just
ugly fuckers, aren't they?
So I used to pay the backpackers to go out and catch them, and every Wednesday night we'd have cane toad races, and so I'd like go around and we'd auction them off, you know, try and fill the bar.
Yeah.
And but it was all backpackers. It was like getting blood from a rock, and it would take probably half an hour to try and get some money off everyone to bet on these cane toads. And most people go into syndicates, and you know their tables would just hopefully prop up $30-40 between about like 30 of them, and then I'd have a big build up, and I'd play the final countdown, and just so it turned into like MGM fucking title fight, and then I'd lift the bucket, and it would take about 10 seconds for one of them to hop out because they'd get so scared, and the race was over. It was just so anticlimactic after all this work.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the previous bar owner who I took it over from about my plight, and he's like, yeah, I used to put them in the fridge for a few minutes before the race, just slows their blood circulation down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got a tip. And but a couple of weeks beforehand, I'd come up with also the idea of a bit of a side bet action, where we just bought a bunch of raffle ticket books, and I had the guys dressed up as bookies.
Yep.
And what they did was, if you didn't get in the syndicate, if you didn't get a bet in the race, you could have a $1 bet, and you'd win a free pot, or a $2 bet, you'd win a free pint.
Yep.
And so what I found, when we were just going through all the raffle tickets, everyone had bet on 1, 2, 3 or 4. But everyone was betting on either the smallest toad or the largest toad. Pretty much 80% of the money was going on the smallest one or the biggest one.
Okay.
So I said to the boys, you want to make some coin? And they're like, yeah. So what we did was put the smallest ones and the biggest ones in the fridge and kept the other ones out of the fridge.
Okay.
And so come fucking showtime, we come, and these ones that everyone bet on are just fucking lying the fuck
okay.
until the blood kicked in.
Yeah.
And by then the game was over. The ones that no one bet on had won the race.
You made a fuckload of coin.
Yeah, did alright.
Yeah. That makes sense, mate.
But you still could have bet on whoever you wanted.
Yeah.
Wasn't that rigged?
Yeah. That's a fun story, mate.
It's a good story.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. There you go. There was no what was that horse race scandal back in the 80s?
How did that tell us about that?
I can't remember. Not a horse racing fan. But anyway, I'm no fucking Darren Weir, put it that way. Yeah, I don't like horse racing. That's alright. It's not even a sport. Fuck. The betting's not a sport. And I mean, you take the betting away from horse racing, and you don't have anything at all. I want to go to the Melbourne Cup next year and just take my dog in a little vest and just walk around and just freak all the fucking cokeheads out. Because festivals cop it. You got all these huge events that the gambling companies own, basically, and they just, you can serve 18-year-old girls bottles of fucking champagne, and we've got to go to the cricket and buy mid-strength beer, one at a time. It's just ridiculous. I fucking hate the industry. It's they get away with a lot, but
Are they going to? Do you reckon they're going to ban gambling and advertising and stuff like they banned cigarette advertising in the 80s? It's reaching that point.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It never will. My concern is that online gambling, it's just licensed to print paper for the government, so that'll continue. That what we're going to see is being able to bet on so many sports and having so many people compete.
Yeah.
This marketplace for that these gambling companies are going to start taking over the telecast of the sport as well. So it'll just be, right now we're having to get used to Foxtel showing all 14 games of the AFL or whatever, and the free-to-air television starting to lose out a little bit, as we've seen with the cricket. But I think probably 20 years later, I think Foxtel are going to be in trouble retaining the sport. It'll be no more on free-to-air, but you'll have to sign up to fucking PointsBet or Sportsbet or something. You'll have to have an account with them, because not only can you bet on the fucking sport, you can watch it. Okay. And they'll have the rights to telecast it, because everyone's going to be watching it on their phones.
Oh, right,
That sport's going to get hijacked. The actual right to watch it via your device is going to be owned by the betting companies.
So that's what's happening now. It's like, it used to be the...
Well, they're going to be looking for a point of difference. So, not only can you, sign up with us, we'll give you X amount of bets for free, blah, 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 but you actually get to watch the game as well.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get everyone in the doors of their company, aren't they?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So when you open the marketplace up, as wide as this industry is, I mean, the need to compete is going to just continue. And, they'll have the money. They'll have the money to spend on, $300 million on the AFL, and it'll start with one game a week, and then we've already seen how it plays out between.
How do you feel about Bogan Bingo associating itself with particular brands? Recently, you did a Facebook post.
The One Nation.
The One Nation asking you to do a gig. Yeah,
that was tough.
Yeah.
Because I was driving up the west coast of WA trying to decide this. It was like,
sorry, just tell the story to everyone.
So I got an inquiry from, when I say One Nation, people just go, what? The Paul Enhancer sent in an inquiry. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. They're obviously head office is based in Queensland somewhere.
Yep.
So there's a One Nation candidate running in Pakenham, just out of Melbourne. So, they got to raise money. They want to try and put somebody forward for the local election. And so they wanted us to, run the fundraiser. And so I sort of got off the phone and just I told my housemate, I was like, we've just been booked for fucking One Nation. And I was just sort of, not celebrating, but just the irony of it. It was just like, I'm surprised it's taken this long, really. And then, I just started wrestling with it as well, because I'm like, it divided my team. Like, some team was like, are you going to really do this? And the other team's like, I want to do it, just fly on the wall, car crash accident, sort of voyeuristic sort of thing. And so, the people against it were like, why take the risk? Like, you've done so much work on your brand, and it's what would it take a hit, And so I had that sort of voice on my shoulder, and the other one was like, well, if we say no to them, then we're just being as bloody racist or just as judgmental as what we're accusing them of, So where's the line when it comes to how selective you get about who you do shows for? We've done shows for Philip Morris, we've done shows for energy companies that I know probably rape the earth. So where is the line? Everyone deserves the right to escape from their own life, but at the end of the day, it was a fundraiser as well. And now I'm like, shit, am I sitting with raising money for them?
So did you do a SWOT analysis on it?
Should have.
You should have run it through a SWOT analysis.
I know.
And a pest analysis.
Yeah. Do that next time.
Yeah, that's it. So you need remember to SWOT and pest.
SWOT and pest.
If you ever come across these dilemmas.
All right.
And that'll get you through, mate.
you'll have to provide a link of what it actually is.
Maybe you need to employ me as your attitude consultant.
Attitude?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we could work remotely.
I mean, yeah, we Skype.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I can give you some attitude feedback.
Beautiful.
On how to deal with such dilemmas.
Well, I think my attitude was positive.
Okay.
You know, I kept my team informed.
Yes. And what was the outcome?
Well, I think I'm going to do it.
Right. Okay.
And I respect people that don't.
So you are doing it?
Well, I chose to do it.
Yeah. How did it go?
Well, she rang me.
Right.
And said head office had been in touch with them, and they didn't think it was good for their brand.
Oh, One Nation backs down.
Yeah.
Wow. Well done, mate.
Well, I didn't know whether to be happy or offended.
They had to eat their own shit, basically.
Pretty much.
Well done.
I was a bit shocked. I was like, you think we're bad for your brand, you know? And she was like, I know. This poor woman was like, I already had to tell her. I said, look, I just don't know. I've already said I'm going to do the gig. But...
So sorry to stop you right there, Darren. You feel a bit defeated, do you? Do you feel like they fucked you? Do you feel like you were the one eating the shit?
No, I wasn't eating the shit.
Okay.
I was just like, I don't think we're that. Yeah.
I
was confused.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, really? But relieved at the same time.
Yeah, I know for sure.
Yeah, because I had to tell the woman. I was like, I was quite nervous, like having to break up with somebody. I was like pacing around, I was getting a bit of anxiety. I'm like, I rang her and I said, look, I know I've said we're going to do the show, but it's really divided my team, and I've got to think about whether this is a good decision. And,
okay. So that was their decision was based on this conversation.
No.
Okay.
It was just based on the head office going. Do we even need risking the media fucking getting wind of any photos of this? They'd seen photos of how everyone dresses up, and they pretty much didn't want to reinforce their own stereotype, I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, the client was in between. She was like pissed off at head office. She could understand my position, and she had to go into a little bit of a spiel about, she wasn't a Pauline Hanson fan either, because she was like, just because one woman says this, everyone thinks we're this, and all we're after is this, and sort of went into a policy campaign principles, and she nearly turned me around. I'm like, yeah, I can see how sounds good in theory.
Okay.
You guys just want to work on your own fucking brand, so.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they did a SWOT and pest analysis.
They do, mate. You should give them a call.
Yeah. Yeah. One Nation, do you need some attitude advice?
Yeah.
Give me a call.
Yeah. But that would make a very good topic for comedians. Subject. Where do you draw the line, and who do you do shows for?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's a great question to ask. Yeah, it's a great way of finding your attitude and where you fit on the political compass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought I should run for politics.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I would. Don't have the skin.
No.
Not big enough.
For me, I just get an image of all these fucking dogs barking at each other at the moment, like coming up to the election.
Unfortunately, there's a new, there's a new wave of young politicians coming through. There will be a change, but there's just a lot of entitlement that comes through. A lot of them are career politicians. These kids that go to Melbourne Uni and become graduate from being the Young Liberals, and then politics. It's just a game. They're just playing a real life version game, and it's all about winning. Yeah. And it's a sport.
At all costs.
At all costs. The intentions are just not there to actually represent anyone, and that's why you'll see millions get spent on ad campaigns bagging the other team instead of your own policies.
My idea is I want to do a certificate 3 in name calling.
Really?
As an attitude consultant course.
Okay.
Yeah, like maybe we could do it. I could run it as a training
Cert
package.
3 the entry one or the final?
Cert 3 is the entry.
Okay.
Yeah, so I could get funded to teach that.
So when you do Cert 1, what's your skills? What's the outcome?
Oh, that's a good. I don't know. I don't know how Cert 1, Cert 2, Cert 3 works.
Yeah. But what if there's no other ones after it? Wouldn't it be called?
There's a Cert 4.
But would it be called Cert 1 then, though?
Maybe I could do Cert 1 of name calling. Yeah. That's funnier.
Yeah.
Because it's slow point.
That's right. There's no other certs for it, so
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You could just have all these people in the corporate world just yelling at each other, Fight Club style.
Do like, yeah. Well, I've done that at a festival once. It was pretty hard.
What?
Sort of insult tennis.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Like Jeff Ross style.
It just goes straight into your mum, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you got to ban mum jokes for about the first 3 rounds, I think.
Yeah.
You got to be the judges have got to be so on the. Like I went into battle with this guy. He's a mate of mine. He's a big guy, right?
Yeah.
And he went first, and he's like, well, you know, I was wearing some sort of like an old vintage, sort of outfit, jacket and stuff. And he's like, well, at least I'm not wearing something that looks like my grandmother's fucking couch. And, you know, I'm like, oh yeah. And everyone's like, ooh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, alright. I said, well, you just look like you ate that couch. And everyone's like, yeah. And then, so he had nothing, but he came back with something. But it wasn't as good.
It was like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah, but it was just something.
Yeah.
And therefore, the judges let it go back to me, and I didn't have a reply, so I lost.
Yeah.
But I don't think it really works that way, because what he came back with wasn't as good as what I did, you know?
Yeah, like, how do you respond to, where did you get that t-shirt from the toilet? You know what I mean? Like, what do you say to that?
Yeah.
It kind of goes nowhere, does it?
Yeah. But the judges they've got to be pretty brutal. There's the ref who goes, you know, he's in between, but the judges have got to be the ones that just go, nah, you're out. Because some people, if they keep coming up with something, they're there forever and they always win, but it's not actually gold.
Sometimes it's just about coming up with something.
Well, yeah,
and
they've got to decide whether it's killer or filler, you know.
Yeah, it could be like that just in everyday conversations or discussions or arguments. As long as you can come up with an answer, then you're still right.
Yeah. Maybe you should have 3 judges, all with a killer or filler sign.
Exactly. Yeah. You need that for sure.
Yeah.
Need to quality control it.
Quality control.
Yeah.
Alright. Might recommend that.
Yeah, good call, mate.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I know what it'd be a good pub show.
Yeah, it's a great idea for a pub show.
Oh, actually, no, you couldn't do that in the public.
Yeah, to get a bit rough and riot.
That would be rough.
Yeah, it has to be underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fight Club style.
Bunch of friends.
Yeah.
Because then you can play the race card, and it's in a safe environment. But you imagine, that would be dangerous.
Yeah.
I just choked on my beer.
That's alright, mate. We should probably get some more beers, do you think?
We out,
what time's your flight out, mate?
Flight out. I'll be right, but I think by the time we get them, it'll be arriving.
I've got another Bogan Bingo show tonight. That's at 8:30. That's the last one for the Fringe, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a big one. Sold out.
Here we go. What are you going to bring tonight that you didn't bring last night?
Attitude. Yeah.
Another bit of feedback.
Yeah.
Is just disappear from the stage before the show.
Okay, good call.
Don't stand there. Joe's the DJ.
Yeah. Good call.
It's a bit hard.
This is a good call.
Yeah, because I know she's doing the work on the floor, but maybe you should be there. Different costume, just t-shirt.
Yeah, I've got the t-shirt. It's just out. Yeah.
So you go do the cards or texters or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's just the DJ, just pre-music, like any festival, any big band's going to come on. She's just amping everyone up.
Yeah.
You play that music a lot louder too.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
And you're just backstage.
So music up, me hide backstage.
Yeah.
And me come in beforehand with the roadie kind of outfit.
Yeah. Well, if she's going to stay on the stage, just being her role, pumping everyone up.
Yeah.
She was doing cards and texters, wasn't she? Or
Yeah, she's doing all that. Yep.
So maybe you do that, and that way the DJ can pump you up, or you can just have the mic and say, oh, you're ready, and then, you know, when you hit the stage, that's the first time they see you.
Okay, good call.
Bit more rock star element about it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pop the sunnies on afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
Okay.
And then, because,
so
we used
pop
to
the
do
wig and
that.
sunnies on later.
Yeah.
And then put the singlet on later as well.
Do the meet and greet.
I like it, mate. No, thank you. That's really good feedback.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. And that'll pump up the intro a little bit.
Yeah.
Needed the backing up on that singing because I can't fucking sing for shit.
So
the backing needed to be higher.
Yeah, true.
For that, so I'll get the DJ to do that.
Does Joe, who's doing the show tonight?
I think Monty's doing it tonight.
Does he sing?
Yeah, he sings.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I've restructured the song.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I think it'll suit you guys.
Right. So, okay. Well, we may have this discussion after the interview, maybe, because people are getting bored of
hearing
us talking about our business shit.
That's the feedback, though.
This is feedback.
I'm sure people can take all this.
Take this feedback on board
to their own and apply it to their own business.
Yeah, that's good. That's good call.
Like just show up at work at your desk like a rock star.
Like a fucking rock star.
Don't get there early and faff about.
Mm-hmm.
Hand out cards and texters and shit or whatever those, Don't have a coffee. Don't show up. Just show up and be present. Show up.
Make a grand entrance.
Hit that desk like a fucking rock star. And then swear, curse, burp, and fuck off after 90 minutes.
Yeah, but make sure you make a big scene.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're the worker that's most talked about.
Yeah.
That people will remember.
Make sure when people go to the water cooler, they're talking about you.
Yeah,
You're not talking about them.
Yeah, exactly.
You've gone to the pub. You're gone. You've done your work.
Yeah, those people don't get promoted.
No, drop the mic after 90 minutes and fuck off.
Yeah, do the minimum. Don't do extra work because you'll get more dumped upon you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something like that. Alright, well there you go. They've
just
learned
check in, check out.
They've learned something I think they can take away from that for themselves.
Yeah, there's another little takeaway for you. Yeah.
Did you paint that Miley Lounge thing yourself?
No, Nikki did that.
Hey?
Nikki did that work.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Miley Lounge did the Miley Cyrus picture there as well, just looking like she's I've said something really inappropriate.
Wow.
What have you thought about doing cruise ships?
Yeah, we used to. I was actually talking to Tom Gleason last night.
Okay.
Across on the way back from the gig, and
my
friend was like, "Hey, Tom," and I'm like, "We used to do cruise shows together." He might still do them. This is very similar to the One Nation story, actually.
Right.
So we got booked to
okay.
And so the talent booker was there and said, "You guys would be great for the show." So we started doing shows on the and so we just jumped on with a bunch of other comedians, and it was just fucking great.
Yeah.
I hated the first one, but then we all sort of got together and just sort of hid from everybody on the boat and got drunk in our own little sort of nooks of bars and stuff, and they do the gala performance on the big Saturday night of about an hour and a half of comedy, and then at 11 o'clock when everyone's pretty tanked, they're just like, "Coming up, Bogan Bingo," and we got this late night time slot at 11:30, and then after about 3 years, there was this cruise which had all the travel agents, all the sellers, all the travel agents from around Australia on it.
Sorry, mate,
Is it recording?
No, it's stopped.
Since when?
Fuck.
How long?
I've got backup here, so just cut the back up.
You probably didn't hit the play button after.
No, the thing was that it went, the screen went off and then the recording stopped. Just... Fuck.
Siri? Yeah, you must have stopped it at the break.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to use fucking backup audio.
You have to do both.
That's fucked. It's gonna be a tripped out interview. But they're all fucked up anyway.
You're just gonna have to say it. Just go with the truth, mate. Yeah.
A disclaimer is the second half is going to have to use our backup field recorder because I was a total fuckwit and I forgot to press record after the break.
That's why you were only nominated for an award.
Are we recording? Look, it doesn't matter anymore. I think the best thing we can do is only go back to where you were with that story.
Yeah, well, we got booked to go on the and there's about 3 other comedians.
Yeah.
Pretty all well established, that we'd all just spend 3 days on a cruise and have a good old time. And they'd have this gala performance on the Saturday night, and then they'd be like, "Coming up, Bogan Bingo," and everyone would just stick around for this late night sort of show.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious, like 700 people on a boat. And so we did the show, and then we did that for about 2 or 3 years. And that was great. And then I think I went along to one of them.
Okay.
So I was sending other guys onto the cruises, and it took a week out of your buddy life, really. So I didn't do it all the time. They had a bunch of travel agents go on there. It was a bit of a sales blitz.
Yeah.
And one of the travel agents went to the show and said, "Look," and he made not a complaint, but he wanted a little bit of significance himself, I think, and says, "Oh, I'm not sure if Bogan Bingo is really good for the brand. which the thing's a floating RSL basically,
Yeah.
you know. And so they pulled the pin. They took his word for it.
Right.
Bogan Bingo, they kind of go hand in hand.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Fuck.
So
It's alright, I'm going to beep out their name, but fuck them. I'm going to beep it out for the whole story.
Yeah, cool.
Probably good that it fucked up anyway.
Well, I'm sort of going in. I'm not going in bad for them, but I'm just saying they obviously. I'm assuming in a nice way that paints them in a good light. I'm assuming that they were still in damage control about their brand and made, erred on the side of caution.
Yes.
To not take the risk.
Yes. We're very overcautious creatures at the moment, aren't we?
Very overcautious. Something could go wrong any second now.
All right. Is there any other parting words, Darren? Anything you want to plug? What's happening?
No, don't want to plug anything.
You got no future projects?
No.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
I'm
going home and renovating my backyard.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You're going to work in your garden.
Going to work in my garden.
Good on you, mate.
I'm going to work on the Bogan Bingo business model until June 30.
Yeah.
We're going to be licensed and fully going legit, basically.
Legit.
The end of the gentleman's handshake.
Yep.
And want to launch it in Tassie and Darwin by then.
Okay.
So I'll have 2 little new babies to walk through the system, and Adelaide and Queensland and New South Wales. I'll be like the big brothers and sisters, and I'll have 2 screaming childs in the Bogan Bingo family on my hands that I'll give a little bit of attention to and make sure that they get the best start in the Bogan Bingo family life.
Beautiful.
And I'll fuck off.
Yeah. Nice, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming down.
Hey man, that's all right. I'm
it's good.
en route to the airport, and we'll get out there and head back to Melbourne. But it's been a good time here in Adelaide. I like it.
Yeah.
Good to be back. 10 years in a row now we've been doing Fringe.
Yeah, no, that's good, mate. Yeah, it's a great place to pop in every now and then, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to switch the lights off when I leave.
Thanks, bro.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, cheers, man.
See you, man.
Catch ya.
Energy Consultant is produced by Ryan Harry and distributed by the Ozcast Network.